just having difficulty signing in.
Okay, and
We're just sharing mine, Margaret.
okay, you're on the same connection. Thank you for that.
All right, we will call the Board of Elections meeting to order for April 6th at 11:01 a.m. If there's anybody here for public comment, now would be a great time to address the board. Giving ample opportunity and hearing no one, we'll move ahead to approval of the minutes of the Board of Elections meeting held on Tuesday, March 30th. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
All right, properly moved and second. Any additions, corrections, or discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Okay, under new business, ordering ballots for the municipal primary in May. What, I guess, is this Jody or Tish that wants to handle this?
It's Jody. I emailed Natalie and all the board members the spreadsheet that we used. Between Michael, Sam, and myself, we created this spreadsheet that gives the breakdown for ballots ordered by party, and then for election day, the absentee mail-ins and provisionals. The Department of State with Act 77 provides us a formula of how many ballots we're required to order for the election day. So that's the number that's listed on the spreadsheet using that formula. Michael created a formula when it came to the ordering of the ballots for us to determine the number of ballots to order for the mail-in absentees. And those numbers are listed in those columns. And in the provisional ballots, we just kind of guessed at those based on the number of registered voters. That one may wax and wane a little bit based off of how many people apply for the mail-in absentee ballots. Michael, would you like to elaborate or add anything into that, please?
Sure, and that's a great overview, Jody, of that. And like you said, the numbers for the same, or the election day, or the in-person voting really is just a formula that we were able to use from past elections and or from past municipal elections. But in terms of the mail ballots, mail-in vote by mail ballots, we sort of just estimated based upon how many people had requested during the presidential election, and lowered them up slightly depending on the precinct and the amount that were requested. And our thing was let's have more rather than less, just to be safe in all categories, including same-day voting. And then in addition, because there were going to be at least 3 referendum questions on the ballot, we also needed to order for the nonpartisan. And the last time we had nonpartisan ballots, or nonpartisans being able to vote in the primary, was in 2019, but was only for half the county because it was for the special election for the congressional race. So we had to do a little bit of estimating, but again, we erred on the side of caution to have those there as well. And then just a note on the provisional ballots is we have at least 10 ballots for each Democratic, Republican, or nonpartisan in every precinct. But there are some precincts where we did see either more Republicans request, more Democrats request, or I should say, request a provisional ballot on election day. And it was more so because they received their mail-in ballot or had applied for it, and instead of casting their ballot through the vote by mail, they wanted to come in person. So again, those numbers are bumped up a little bit than they typically are. But no, it turned out great, and I think this will be in good shape for the election.
All right. Do we have to take action on that, or is it do we have to approve the order of the ballots?
I think it would be good to make the motion. I'd be happy to do so if you'd like me to, Mr. Chair.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll make the motion that we approve the order as presented by Jody of ballots for vote by mail, same day, and provisional.
I will second the motion.
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, motion carries. All right, then I guess we're going to like to purchase a folder inserter piece of equipment. So who wants to handle that?
Michael, do you
Tisha, if you'd like.
want me to?
Yeah, Tisha, if you'd like to take it away, sure.
So we had discussed this in 2020, and at the time we discussed it, it was kind of too late in the game. We have an automated paper folder that we've had for many, many, many years, and we discussed getting essentially better, more advanced model. This model can do single page 8.5 by 11, multi-page 8.5 by 11. It can also fold ballots if we want, and it does have the capability of inserting whatever document into an envelope. That feature would be a little difficult for actual ballots, but the other features would be really great. So we kind of talked to Pitney Bowes and got a little different options, and this is the one that we felt would be the best, and it of course would be funded by the CTCL grant.
All right, thank you. I noticed on this that it includes, we are including the maintenance agreement for the 2nd through 5th year in this as well?
That's correct. So the purchase price is roughly $12,000, and then it's about $1,000 for years 2 through 5 each year. And we can pay for this with the grant. And it should be noted that the current machine that we have in the back is about a $550 annual service agreement. So it's already in the budget. So this would, for at least through year 8, pay for itself essentially. So that would be going into year 20, close to 2030 in terms of us. It's starting to really affect the budget. So I think it's a really good purchase. But yes, we are including those years 2 through 5 in the grant.
All right. Okay, so we're clear about that. All right. Any other questions in regard to purchasing the Pitney Bowes folder inserter?
It just sounds like a great idea. Hope we don't have to do it, but there can always be another situation like the 2020 election where suddenly we have got to pivot and take work we thought we were sending outside and have to do it in-house. So all the better we have equipment that'll enable us to do that.
Good. All right. Okay. Anything else?
And just so that we follow the process we did from last year, I can make a motion to recommend it to the Board of Commissioners for our Thursday meeting that we approve the agreement with Pitney Bowes.
I will second that motion.
All right. Properly moved and second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All righty. Motion carries. All right. Then we have one discussion item, which is the ballot return and collection plan. Who wants to? Michael, is that yours?
Yeah, I can just highlight it briefly. Essentially, what we're looking at is as we all know, we approved the ballot collection plan for the general election last year, and we're essentially just doing it's essentially the same exact plan, but what we're doing is we're actually making some minor adjustments to it, and there's really 2 adjustments we're making. The first is that there will not be a satellite elections office for the primary. The elections office, we feel like what we can do is we can actually accommodate the amount of voters that we saw up at the Bryce Jordan Center here at the elections office, and by using the same type of online scheduling appointment platform that we used not just for the Bryce Jordan Center last year, but also most recently for candidates who were running for local office, worked out really nicely here in the elections office, where we'd use that same appointment scheduling system here, and we could do the same amount of ballots here and go from there. And then the second thing is the secure ballot drop box that was located in Stenner Hall inside Judge Jordan's lobby we're able to move it outside now. The judge would have preferred it outside, and with the security camera upgrade that we approved, the RFP that the Board of Commissioners approved, we approved that a few weeks ago, and we also we're going to pour concrete like we did out in Phillipsburg and the Willowbank building, and just put it outside there. So it'll make all the boxes 24/7. So those are the only two major changes. We did put some other pictures in the plan, and obviously changed all the dates from 2020 to the primary election. But the thinking with this is we would discuss it today, see if there was any questions or feedback or changes. And on Thursday, we have another brief Board of Elections meeting scheduled where we would approve the plan and send it to the Department of State. But happy to answer any questions from it. But again, it's essentially the same plan with just those two major changes.
Mark, any questions from anyone at this point?
No, I reviewed it, Mike. Looks very well written, great document.
All right. Okay, and we'll take that under consideration today, and then for action on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, just as a matter of note, Monday, May 3rd is the last day to register before the primary. Tuesday, May 11th is the last day to apply for civilian or mail-in or civilian absentee ballots. And then, of course, the municipal primary is Tuesday, May 18th. Is there any other matters to come before the board this morning for the good of the order?
Mr. Chair, we do have a brief executive session before we adjourn. Again, it should only take 5 minutes or so, but we would need to hold an executive session for personnel matters.
All right. Do we have a motion to go into executive session at this? Oh, I guess I should. Marley, is there any questions that you have for the elections board this morning?
Nothing from me, but thank you for checking.
All righty. Okay, fantastic. All right. Hearing no other business, is there a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion on going into executive session at 11:13? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great. Okay. If everybody else can drop off the call, that would be great, and we'll go into executive session with the board and Margaret. Anybody else that you want included in this discussion, Michael?
No, that's all we would need today. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.